Hey, welcome back to the new video of time intelligence function in DAX. In this specific video, we are going to see one more time intelligence function that is same period last year. By using this function, what calculation we can do and what data we can present in which format. Let's see that. So this same period last year function in DAX return a set of date from the same period in the previous year. It's commonly used for year-over-year calculation and comparison in Power BI reports and dashboards. So basically what it will do is the same period last year function, it will give the set of date in a context. That date is referred from the same period. For example, if it is giving the date in a Jan, if this function execute in Jan context, it will give the Jan of previous year date. So that's how the data is filtered in a context and data will be presented. The syntax will be like same period last year, we have to give the date range. So this is a date function, it will give the set of date. This function we can use inside the another calculation function. Like for example, we can use that inside the calculate function to get a set of date. Based on this date, the data will be filtered and the measure will be executed. The example given over here is to calculate the last year's sales. For example, sales last year is equal to, we are using the calculate function to modify the context. And here I am using the expression of sum of sales amount. And the filter is same period last year. And the argument for that is given as the order date. What it will do, it will give the filter. For example, this measure is executed in a January of 2015. What it will do is in 2015 Jan, it will give the date range of 2014 Jan. So the measure is executed for the 2014 Jan and result will be for 2014 Jan. So in the 2015 Jan, the result we can get of 2014 Jan. So this is how this same period last year function will work. So let's see how it works in practical. Okay, let's create a new matrix over here. I will create one matrix that will show date-wise sales, let's say, month and year-wise sales, and I will drag my total sales measure to the value. The total sales measure is written as a measure that using a formula of quantity into super sale price into quantity, and it will give the summation of total sales. And if I expand this into one entire level, and the data will be showing like this. And what I will do, I will keep that subtotal of rows in downside, rows subtotal in bottom. Oh, I don't want in top. So now data will be presented. So this is showing a month by month sales for Jan, Feb and March. What I want is in 2015, I want a sale here. I want a sale of 2014 January. So how I can get that using same period last year function? For that, I need to create one more measure. I will create a measure over here that is by the name of same period last year. Okay, same period last year sale. Let's give this as a name, and here I'm using calculate function to modify the context, and I will write my expression that is already created, that total sale is already there, this column, this measure already there. And if I execute this, so if I execute this, one more measure is created. But if I drag that here, so there is no difference between the first and second because no filter is applied over here. What I will do here, I just apply using the same period last year. Okay, same period last year, I will apply the filter. So I have to give the date range. I will use a date from my calendar table. So if I apply this, what it will do, this function, it will take the date of current context and it will write a date of the same period of last month. For example, if this measure is executed here in this row, Jan row, what it will do, it will filter the date. It will get the date of 2014 Jan. That's how the data is filtered for this measure, and this measure will calculate the total sale of the last year January. So let's see how it will show in our metrics. So if I execute this, here we can see that in 2015 January, it's giving the sale of 2014 January, and in 2015 February, we are seeing the sale of 2014 February. So this is how the same period last year function work. So it's basically filtering the date in current context, it getting the date of the previous year, and based on that date, the measure will be calculated because it's inside the calculate. So context will be filter context will be modified and measure is executed. So this is how we can get the sale of the last year of the same period. So this is one use case of this same period last year function. And if for example, if I try one more thing, so right now it have the date of the previous year, correct? If I apply one more same period last year on top of this, what will happen? So the date will go back 2 years. Let's execute just for fun. If I execute this, we can see that here in 2016 it's giving the date of 2014 because first time it will execute this function and it will get the date of 2014 in 2015 context, and one more level is executed for this. So in 2016 it will get the 2014 date first, and it will go one more year back, and it will get the date of 2014 January. That's how in 2016 it's showing the sale of 2014 January. So this is how you can do experimentation using this function. If you understand how basically it works, you can do lot more things using this DAX and calculate function. Many things you can do. So this is one use case I showed over here. And if you have any queries and if you have any experimental thing you have to do in using Power BI DAX, you can use this function in different aspect and different use case you can do experimentation. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.